So, what are your goals for the year? I think the one mistake a lot of people are making is setting out 17 goals or 50,000 goals, for the year. In a sense, I know that's an exaggerated number, but I think a lot of people lose a day just by setting out 17,000 goals at once. Just try to squeeze them in just 1 year and fulfill all of them in 1 year, and find that they only fulfill only two, and the two that they actualize in some way or fulfilled isn't the most important out of all of them. You understand? So the one thing I did for myself, or the one thing I am doing for myself currently, because I just analyze something like that in different types of people, seeing that if they set out 17 goals, the most important goals never get to come into fruition or get fulfilled or whatsoever. You understand? So for me, I just created a hierarchy, man. I just created a list of most important things in my life, you understand? Starting from 20. 20 is the least important up until 1, you understand? 1 is the most important, 2 is the second most important, and I'm only taking the first 2, you understand? The reason being is a lot of what you set as goals, you can live without those type of shit. Listen, you can live without those type of shit, but the first 2 is the most important that you cannot live without, you understand? So I asked myself, what are the 2 things I cannot live without, you understand? And I found that it's money, dog. You understand? It's money, dog, and each and everything that is gonna make me money, dog. Money is the most important thing in my life currently, you understand? And both of those goals revolve around money, revolve around the topic of money stuff. Sorry about that. I just got a little bit disturbed by someone. You know, both of those goals revolve around the topic of money, and those goals for me are SMMA. I'm studying SMMA. It's the skill that I chose. It's the direction I want to take for myself to climb the first ladder of like my financial life and all that above. So it's the first thing, so it's the first step that is gonna move me from zero to something, and then from that something to something much more bigger. You understand? The second one is my TikTok account. Those are the two things, you understand, that were most important. I ain't gonna add the third one, but the third one is also important because it's health related. I have to eat healthily, you understand, in order for me to thrive, to think better as I learn everything related to SMMA, as I study each and everything that is related to my channel, because I just have to do a lot of research for my channel to thrive, you understand. So same as my SMMA side, when I buy the course, I'm expected to study, so I just have to make sure that I do not have any brain fog and whatsoever. So I have systems in place for all of these 3 things, you understand? But the most important 2 are the first, the most important are the first 2, you understand? So I am gonna give a lot of attention to the first 2 more than I give attention to the third one. The third one just needs me to have the foundation. Am I recording? Yeah. Just needs me to have the foundation of health, understanding what kind of things I shouldn't be eating and how I should be eating, how I should be fasting, how I should be what, in order for me to have energy, man, yes, and to revive my cells and all that shit. So I just have to know the foundation of each and everything, the nutrition, the type of nutrition I have to eat and whatsoever. I just have to study something like that. So I am gonna give health an hour a day, of studying. And the first 2 are gonna have 4 hours a day, 4 fucking hours a day. Understand? 4 for each. Understand? 4 for my SMMA, 4 for the research that I have to do for my channel to drive. Understand? And then the other one, I'm only gonna work 10 hours a day. I wake up at 4 a.m. and I finish at 12. Understand? That's the goal. Understand? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna finish at 2. What the fuck, man? My math is fucked up, so I'm gonna finish at 2. The fourth one is reading a book. I'm just gonna give it 1 hour also a day. Understand? I'm just only gonna give it 1 hour a day. Listen, I'm not rushing each and everything. I do not want to do each and everything. Like I do not want to fulfill all the goals, all of my 20 goals in just 1 year. Yes, they are important, but some are more important than the other goals, you understand? Just like money is the most important thing, man, you understand? In order for me to be healthy, to buy healthy foods and all that, I gotta have money. Excuse me, sorry. I gotta have money. You understand? In order for me to thrive in whatever, I just gotta have money. You understand? Money is the soul. Is the most important things out of my goals. You understand? So the first two revolve around me chasing money. You understand? It's my TikTok account. I just have to share value. You understand? I just have to share value for people, and I know I'm not rushing to have cash right now, but I know that eventually, as time goes by, I'm gonna be rewarded for the information and the research, the hours of research I am gonna be doing. You understand? Starting from February, you understand? Starting next week actually, because I think next week is the second. You understand? So I think a lot of people make that mistake. They like to set 15 goals a year. You understand? And you'd find that they only actualize only one. Tough. Sorry about that. You know, I don't like being asked by people, what are you doing? You know, that crap. You know, I just have to kill that shit in some way. You know. Yeah, man. I think that's the most fucked up thing a lot of people are suffering from. You know, wanting to fulfill 17 goals at once. You know, saying 20 goals at once. I want to read this book. I want to read 17 books this year. No, my guy. Just focus on the most important thing in that year, dog. It's the only two, man. It's the only two, and I have systematized each and everything, man. You know, I have broke each and everything down into detail, you understand, and created systems around each and every fragment for me to get the first piece of my goal, because I just broke each and everything down to different types of pieces, especially when it came to my SMMA and all that. You know, just broke each and everything down, and my TikTok also. I broke each and everything down, so everything has its separate piece. You understand that I just have to. It's like a puzzle. You understand? I know that I have to start by getting this piece right before I even get the other piece. I have to start by getting this piece. So I have to create a system on how I can get all of that. You understand? I don't know if that makes sense or something. You know, so I just had to build something like that. So for my SMMA journey, the goal this year is let me just take you to the broad goal and all that before I narrow each and everything down. You understand? The bigger picture is me signing a client this year. Okay, it was buying a laptop. I'm gonna buy a laptop, I think next week when I go home and all that. Buy a laptop. Buy a laptop. Buy an SMMA course. Study the shit, man. Study. Give it fucking hours and all that. But okay, let's not go there. We go there when I try to narrow each and everything down. But the second one was buy the course. After the course, just sign one client a year. Understand? Just this year alone, on in 2026, just sign one client, not 17 clients, not 25 clients. Sorry about that. I just had to check. I once made a mistake. You know, I thought I was recording, and then I talked for like 8 minutes, and then I found I wasn't recording. So, man, it's just that. Sign just one client, bro. Just one client, not 7, not 8, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 19 clients. Just one client for the year. You understand? If it happens that I sign maybe 2 clients by the end of the year, okay, I'd be happy. But I'd be much more happy if I signed one client, just one client, not 7, just one. Understand? So I also create the systems around that, but I am gonna create the right systems after I have taken the course and understood each and everything that the mentor that is gonna be teaching me has taught me or some shit. You know, I'm gonna start like creating the right systems after being taught the actual skill. You know, and just to see how we go on about each and everything. But for my TikTok channel, let's go back to my TikTok channel. The goal is to have 50,000 followers by the end of the year. 50k followers, you understand? And I know that is big, but it is gonna push me, you understand? The baseline of each and everything, the max is 50. The baseline of each and everything, minimum is 20k. Understand? Its minimum is 20,000. Understand? So, but my biggest goal is 50,000 this year. It's 50,000 this year. So I also created systems around each and everything related to my content. I created systems also, you understand? And the first thing I do is I'm gonna have to do 4 hours of research a day. You understand? 4 hours of research a day, because the type of content that I'm doing, the value I'm trying to cascade to other people or trying to transfer or give to other people, requires me to be a scholar in understanding China and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like innovation systems and all that. It just requires me to be, demands me to be a scholar in that shit. You understand? Just needs me to be well precepted in that sphere. Let me put it like that. Understand? So, man, it's 4 hours a day of research. Understand? It's 4 hours a day of research for my channel, and then it's 4 hours a day for my. I think I said something like that. I told you something like that at the beginning of the video. Understand? It's 4 hours and then 4 hours. Yeah, it's 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours for my SMMA. 4 hours for my TikTok research and all that, and then the other 2 hours is two type of things: reading a book and studying about health. You understand? So, man, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit disturbed again. Wait. Okay, let's continue. I don't fucking care now. So, I am gonna be posting 2 times a week. I am forced to post 3 videos. Yes, I'm forced to post 3 videos a day. You understand? 3 videos a day, 6 videos a week. You know, I have to post each and every week. You understand? Each and every week I gotta post. So it's gonna be 2 times a week, 3 times a day. You understand? It's 2 times a week, 3 times a day. You understand? So it's gonna be like I'm gonna be making 6 videos a week and 24 videos a month. You understand? That's the goal. That's the system. I'm gonna have to be making something like that for a month. You understand? Yo, the problem, my phone is dying. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. That is gonna be the biggest hurdle out of all. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even have cash for another phone. I don't even have shit. I only have money for the course and the laptop only. I ain't gonna improvise and say I'm gonna buy a phone. No. I don't want to converse with anyone. There's no one that important for me to sacrifice buying a laptop or buying a course. You know, though nothing is worth more than that right now in the sense. So yeah, man. If it dies, it dies, man. So yeah, it's pretty much that, man. You know. Just try to make sure, just make sure that you subtract as hard as possible. Listen, subtract, and only be left with maybe three most important things. Most important things, man. You understand? For me, it's money and knowledge only. You know, those are the 2 things. And influence. Yeah, it's an influence. Shit. And influence or impact or some shit. So yeah, man, yeah, it's pretty much that. Stop setting out 17 goals, man, 100 goals at once, man. You find yourself not like even fulfilling even half of those or even a quarter of those stuff just because of you're all over, my guy. You only have 24 hours a day. You only have 24 hours a day, and that 24 hours, dog, that 24 hours, you still gotta eat, you still gotta sleep, you still gotta do what, you still gotta bed, you still gotta do. There's a lot of shit to do, man. You understand? So if you say I've got 17 things to do a day, but brother, hey, you're gonna be in deep shit, bro, because you find yourself not being fulfilled, not feeling fulfilled in life, understand? Like you'll feel a certain type of way, in a negative way, man. So just try, man, to have minimize as possible, man. You understand? Minimize as possible. Be realistic, my guy. Be realistic, man. Stop this thing of setting out 17 goals and thinking you're gonna do all of them. Create systems for all of them, and then do each and everything related to all of those days in one day, dog. in just one day, dog, in 24 hours. No, dog, it's impossible, my guy. It is possible. Maybe I do not know, man. But for me, I found it impossible because I've tried it. I've tried last year, 2025, the previous year. I tried to go like actualization everything in just 1 year. I bombarded myself with each and everything, but didn't work, man. I'm in the very same situation or same stance in life as last year, man. Yes, and nothing has shifted financially and all that. I'm just the very same Wenzo a lot of people knew last year, and all that. Nothing hasn't changed, and I'm working for someone right now. Like, I'm ill treated and all that, but I know it's none of your business. But yeah, man, love. So, bro, like, stop setting out like 100 goals, man. Just focus on the first two, first three, or first four, man. Just try and execute them, bombard yourself with them, dog. Just, yeah, man. That's the only thing I wanted to share.